Everyone, Ismail is here. Today we're going to learn about 12.5 area under a curve and integration. In this lesson you will see three parts of the video. This is the first part of the video, which is talking about the first thing under area under a curve. Now we're going to learn here about approximate how we can find the area under a curve using rectangles. Now if we read here in the geometry, you learned how to calculate the area of basic figures, okay, such as the triangles, rectangles, regular polygons. So all of these has area. For example, if I ask you what's the area of this square, you will see W times length, or you will see W square. Now if I ask you what is the area of the circle, you will see that it's by R square, right? If I give you now angle, what's the area of the triangle, you will see half BH. Now we can find the area for every of these three shapes because I have a formula, or let's say a formula can help me to find the area for the shapes. How about if I have an area, for example, like this, and I need you to find the area, for example, here, okay, for this one. I need you to find the area for this part. How can I find the area for irregular shape? So this is what we are going to learn about the area. Now you also learned how to calculate the area composite figure, that is region comprising basic shapes. However, many regions are not collection of the basic shape. As a result, you need general approach for calculating the area of two-dimensional. Okay, so for example, let's say I have this equation here. F of x is equal negative x 12x squared on the interval from 0 to 12. So I need to find the area for this shape. We know that, okay, how the graph, this is a quadratic function, right? So how the quadratic function look like? It's like, because it's negative, so it will be downward parabola. Now the question is asking me to find it on the interval from 0 to 12. So for example, let's say this is 0 and let's say this is a 12. So my question needs me to find the area under the curve from 0 to 12. So I need to find this area. How do I find this area? There is no exact formula similar to this shape I can use to find the area under the curve. So we're going to do something, we call it rectangles. So we are going to draw rectangles because I know the rectangle is length times width, right? So if I know the length, I know the width, I can multiply them, then I find this area, then I find another area, I find so many rectangles, I can find the area. So if I draw a rectangle here, if I draw a rectangle here, if I draw a rectangle here, so blah blah, until if I find all the area rectangle, I can find the area under the curve. So this is what we're going to do. Now look to this example here. Now the question said approximate the area between the curve under the f of x equal negative x squared plus 12x on the interval 0 to 12. Now the question is asking me using 4 rectangles, 6 rectangles, and 12 rectangles. So he needs me to find it if I draw more rectangles, not only 4 rectangles only. Then it's saying use right end point of each rectangle. What's the right end point? You have, this is the rectangle. We know that this point here, it's the edges, so this one here is right end point. Okay, so this one is right end point. On the other side here, okay, on the left side, of course this one will be what? Left end point. Okay, so the question asked me to draw the rectangle with the right end point. Right end point means if I have, let's say, the formula, you will see that every rectangle, so look to this rectangle, it's touching the curve from right end point. Also here, see, it's touching the curve from right end point. Same thing here, it's touching the curve from right end point. So every time I'm not going to touch the curve from right end point. Now let's focus here on the rectangle. So the first time he asked me to draw 4 rectangles. So this is the first rectangle, this is the second rectangle, this is the fourth rectangle, and this is the fourth rectangles. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 rectangle. And here same thing, I have here 6 rectangle, 1 2 3 4 5, and this one also 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 until I get to 12 rectangles. Now if I ask you this question, which one, if I found the area for it, will give me the, let's say, more accurate area under the curve? So of course you will see that this one here, which with 12 rectangles, is more accurate because more rectangles, more area I can cover, right? Same thing here. I have 6 rectangles, so more rectangles I can have accurate. But here, for example, let's say it's 4 rectangles. 4 rectangles, I'm losing a lot of area that I didn't find it. So what should I do? More rectangles, more accurate. Now, let's do the basic part, which is I need to find the area. Okay, so I need to find the area for every rectangle to, let's say, if, and we add all the area together until after we added the area all together, this is the final answer, okay, which is represent the area under the curve. Now, for example, let's say let's find the first rectangle here. So we know that the formula for the rectangle is what? Is width times width. What is the width here down? It's a 3. Okay, what is the width? What is the height? So if we go up to the height, so the height will be somewhere here, okay? So how can I find it? So we use the area 1 equal width times length. Width, okay, which is width is equal to 3. Length, always I can find the length using the formula given in the question, which means I need to use the formula, okay? For example, let me write it here again. So 3 times, okay, negative, and I need to keep number, plus 12, number, and we need to find the answer. Now, what is the number should I replace it with the x? The number that I should replace it with the x, where the question asks me at right endpoint, right? If I ask you right endpoint, so this is the base of the rectangle, which is the width. Now this is the right on this side here, right? So I need to find what is this point here on the x-axis. So if I look, this is the right endpoint. If I go down, what is the point here? It's a 3. So I need to replace every x with a 3. Okay, so now if I find the answer will be 81. Okay, now let's find the next rectangle. So the width of this rectangle, the width is already 3. Okay, so now area 2 is equal. So I need to find all of this area in the red color. So area 2, width times length. Width is equal to 3 times. Now let's open the bracket. Negative square plus 12. Then I need to find the total area. How can I find the total area? As I told you, if I have a rectangle from right endpoint, I need to check, go down on the right endpoint, see what is this point on the x-axis. What's this point? So now let's do the same thing. So now this is the right endpoint. Go down with the rectangle. What is this point? So this point here is equal 6 on the x-axis, right? So this is 6. So now I need to replace 6 and 6 here. So now 3 times all of this bracket, the answer is equal 108. Now let's find the third rectangle. Okay, area 3, length, width times length. I know the width is equal what? Is equal to 3 times. So now open a big bracket, minus square plus 12. Okay, let's do the same thing. What is the right endpoint on x? So let's do it here. Now this is the right endpoint. Go down. What is the point here? So it's great. This is 8. This is 10. So between 8 and 10, which is equal 9. So the answer is equal 9. Now let's evaluate this. 3 times all of that is equal also 81. Now area number 4. Okay, because we have 4 rectangles. But as you can see in area number 4, okay, width times length. So the width is already 3, but now look to the height. Do I have a height for this one? It's on x-axis. It's already 0. Okay, so 3 times 0 is equal 0. I don't have area 4. So now let's find the total area. So the total is 81 plus 108 plus 81 plus 0, which is equal, if I click here, you can see the area, which is equal to 270. So now the base, the same way that I did for the first shape, okay, which is 4 rectangles, I need now to do it with the 6 rectangles. So I need So I need to draw 6 rectangles, find the area for this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and also this one. This one is already 0, I don't have to find it. So I add all of them, I will get 280. Same thing if I have 12 rectangles. So 12 rectangles, I need to add the area for all of them until I find the area, which is 286. And see, the rule that we said, which is more rectangles, more accurate. See, it was 270, 280, then 286. So this one is more accurate area that I can get from rectangles. Okay, so this is the first type of a question, when the question gives you number of rectangle and you need to follow just number of the rectangle given in the question. Now the other way of solving, if the question did not give you the number of rectangles and he gave you only the interval. So for example, look to this question. Approximate the area between the curve f of x is equal x squared and the x-axis on the interval 0 to 4. So now 0 to 4. By first using the right endpoint, so right endpoint is given. Sorry, let's say it's not. I mean not given. You need to find it using right endpoint, and then by using left endpoints, and you need to use left endpoint of rectangle using rectangle with a width. See what's mentioned here. Width is equal what? 1. So the width of the rectangle is always equal 1. So you don't have to bother yourself looking or searching for the width. Now let's find the width using right endpoint. Now if you look to this graph here, the graph gives you rectangles, but in the test or the quiz, this rectangle, do you see these rectangles? These rectangles will not be given to you. The question will give you only the graph, will give you like this. This is the question, what it will be. So it will be like this. Now you need to draw your rectangles. You need to find the area from 0 to 4. Okay, now how we can do this? Let me teach you how we can draw rectangles, then we find the area of every rectangle. So the first one, let's start. First let me draw the question. The question is, okay, it will not be that accurate, but you will understand the idea. So first this one here, then we draw the line. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then we have here 4, we have here 2, we have here 6, we have here 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. Okay, now the first thing, this is the question will be given similar like this. Now what you have to do, now use the given information. First thing, use the interval. The interval is giving to you 0 to 4. So the first step that you need to do is to identify your range. So your range is starting from 0 to 4. So this is the first thing. Now use the width given for every rectangle. The width for every rectangle is equal 1, right? So now you need to divide, okay, for every one step, okay, well, we will have a rectangle. So for example, we have, this is the first rectangle from 0 to 1. This is the second rectangle from 1 to 2. This is the third rectangle from 2 to 3. This is the fourth rectangle from 3 to 4. So I have 4 rectangles. Now what you have to do, you need to decide, are you going to do right endpoint or left endpoint? So I'm going to do right endpoint. So when you are starting from right endpoint, so we are going to start from 0, which is from the first interval, and we draw the rectangles. So now the first rectangle, start from 0, go to the right, then go up until you touch the line, okay, then go to the left, draw the rectangle. Now the same thing, so you start from 1, you go to 2, go up until you touch the rectangle, the line, sorry, then go down. Then number 3, so start from 2, go to 3, go up, touch the line, then go to the left, go down. Then we have green one, go to the right, go up until you touch the line, then you draw the rectangle. So do you see every rectangle is touching the curve from right endpoint? Now we need to find the area for every rectangle. So let's start with the blue one here, which is the small one. So the area 1, which is equal width times length. Width is already given in the question, which is equal 1, times length. Always I told you, use the function. So you need to substitute in the function. Okay, so what is the number? As I told you, if I have a rectangle from right endpoint, look to this point on the x-axis. What is the x-axis from the right endpoint? So it's given to you, it's equal 1. So let's write 1 here. So 1 times 1 squared, which is equal 1. Now let's find the area in the red color here. So area 2 equal width times length equal. The width is equal 1 times, then we write the formula. What is the number here on the x-axis? It's equal to, so write 2. 2 squared is equal 4. Now, let's find the area number 3. So area number 3, width times length. So we need to find this area. So this area is equal. The width is equal 1 always. So 1 times 2. Now here, we go down, we check what's the x. It's equal to 3. So 3 squared is equal 9. Now let's find area number 4. Area number 4, width times length is equal 1 times square. So we need to find this area here, and to find this area from the right end point, go down. What's the x-axis? It's equal 4. So 4 squared is equal 16. Now what we have to do, we need to add all the area together. So area 1 plus area total is equal 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 60. Okay, so the answer is equal, I think 29. Yeah, so 16 plus 4, so 30. So the total area is equal 30. So this is how we can use the right endpoint. The same idea we are going to do it to find from left endpoint. Okay, so now left endpoint, let's first draw the graph. So I have this graph here. Okay, 1 2 3 4, then 2 4 6 8 10 12 14 and 60. Okay, now so we have the graph like this. The first step here, we need to use left endpoint. So this is the rectangle, left endpoint, this is the left endpoint. So from left endpoint, I need to start from the last point on the right. Okay, from last point on the right and go to the left. So from here and go to the left. Okay, so what I have to do, first I told you, you identify your interval. Interval, it's from 0 to 4. Then use the width. The width is 1. So I need to go one step from here to here. This is the first one. This is the second rectangle. This is the third rectangle. Then this is the fourth rectangle. So I have 4 rectangles. Now let's draw. As I told you, you start from the last point to the right and you go to the left. So the last point is 4. So now go to the left, then go up until you touch the curve, then go to the right, go down. So this is the first rectangle. Same thing, start from 3, go to the 2, go up until you touch the curve, then go draw the second rectangle. Then from 2 to 1, go up, touch the curve, go down. So this is the last one. Then from 1 to 0, so as you can see 0, it's on the black line, so I can't go up. So as you can see, it's only 3 rectangles. The fourth one, there is no fourth one. Look to this one is more clear. So this is the first one. Sorry, look to this one here. So the first rectangle, this is the first one. Okay, this is the second one, this is the third one. Now if you look to the fourth one, which is to the 0, it's on the line because it's already touching the line on the 0. So I don't have height. So the last one, it's 0. Okay, so now if you go down, let's find the area for every rectangle. So let's find the area for the first one. Okay, and the blue one here. So the first one, it's area 1 equal length, width times length. Width is already given in the question, which is equal 1. 1 times length, as I told you, you need to substitute in the equation. Now you need to look, because it's left endpoint, so from the rectangle from the left, go down, check what is the x value, not from the right. So what is the x value on the left? So the x1 is equal 3. So I have to substitute 3. So 3 squared. So 1 times 3 squared is equal 9. Now area number 2, width times length. Width is equal 1. Okay, times the length. Length, as I told you, you need to go to the left, go down. So what's the point here? Is equal 2. So 2 squared is equal what? Equal 4. Now let's do the third area. Area number 3 is equal. So the same thing, you go to this point here, go down. What's the point here? Is equal 1. So width times length is equal 1 times 1 squared is equal 1. Now let's add all area together. So that area total is equal 9 plus 4 plus 1, which is equal 14. Now as you can see, I have the area 30 and I have area 14. So the area average, okay, or let's say the area will be between 14. Okay, so the area will be 14 less than area less than 30. So now the actual area for the graph will be between 14 to 30. So I will just find it as average, which is the middle one. So I will say the area, it should be maybe, okay, 22. So why 22? Because 30 plus 14, which is divided by 2. So the answer is equal 22. So this is the area, or let's say not the actual area, it's average area, because the question is asking me to do what? It's to approximate. So of course the area that you are going to get, it's not the exact area. Okay, so I hope you understand. Now it's your turn. Try to solve these two questions. Let me show you the answer. Okay, try to draw the first one with 4, 6, 8, 12 triangle. Focus on the interval, then the width of every rectangle. Then after that, solve the second one. And if you have any question, please let me know. So this is the first part of the lesson. Have a good day. See you in the next part. Bye bye.